Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're listening to the podcast Capturing Magic. I'm Bill Rogers, the voice of Disney. Thanks very much for listening.
Hey everyone, welcome to Capturing Magic. I am Steph Clay and I'm here today with Tanya Hickman, who can be found at EveryMagicMemory, right?
Nope.
EveryMagicMoment.
So close. You almost had it.
So close. That's what happens when I go from my memory.
Yeah.
Every
Come on, we don't trust your memory, Steph.
That's the truth. EveryMagicMoment.com.
Yes.
And Tanya H666 on social media.
Yes.
Okay, and then we also have here with us Heather Winfield, who can be found at heatherw.com/character and heatherw25 on social media.
Yes.
Hello, Heather.
Hi. Hi.
Alrighty, today we are going to be talking about the Arts Festival, the Epcot's International Arts Festival. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Super exciting. They are doing some really fun things down there for this.
It is really cool that I actually expanded my trip so I could catch the end of the festival.
Yes.
It was starting like the weekend after I was there for Marathon Weekend, and it was ending the weekend before I was there for Princess. And it's just had such great reviews from like everyone I know, and it just looked really cool. And I just said, I need to go. So I added a couple days to the start of my trip. And
yeah, it runs from January 13th through February 20th. And we are hoping that this is going to be a regular thing.
Yeah, because everything says inaugural on it. So hopefully that means it'll be a yearly thing. It's only on the weekend. It's Friday through Monday. So, but they have, I think everything's out, right? It's not like they remove it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, the actual festival itself is Fridays through Mondays.
Where you can catch the special concerts and artist appearances and all of that kind of stuff. That's going to be on your weekends.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about what they have going on.
Well, for us, I think we always like the photo ops.
Yes.
So they have a ton of really cool photo ops at the festival. They have, even just when you first walk in, they have like in that area where they usually have the bog, the cranberry bog for the food and wine. I never know what to call that area, but there they have one of the the backdrops that has the name of the festival, and they're all like the things where they have it like in front, and then you stand behind it, and then there's another thing behind you. I'm sure there's a way to.
So they're kind of 3D. They're like dimensional.
Yeah. And so that's what like all these photo ops are. So that one's that. But then like all around Epcot, I think it's mostly in the World Showcase. They have different artwork, and so you step into the artwork, and I think like Tanya and I are really into the Gilmore Girls, and there's this episode where it's the living art festival where they were like in the portraits, and so every time I see this, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
So even though they're like you're not in full makeup, I mean you could do that if you wanted, I don't know, but you can go, and they all look really cool, and they have props I think for some of them that they'll give you.
They look really real.
Yeah, and they have, I believe, I don't know if it's for all of them or for some of them, but they have the tripod like set up in front of them, so you get the photo pass right there. So it's probably they have it like set up exactly how to look, but you get it on your camera or phone too. But yeah, they all look really good.
Yeah, I think that they look super fun. I'm kind of jealous, a lot jealous, because they do look super fun.
And they also have magic shots. So
yes, some really cool special ones.
They have 3 Figment magic shots, which is really exciting. Yeah. They have one where he has a paintbrush, because Figment is like the main thing for the festival. He's on all the merchandise, and they have a scavenger hunt where he's in different artwork like all around the World Showcase, like how they normally have for the Easter egg, or they have during the food and wine they have with Remy. So it's the same type of thing, and you get these really magnets, and so he's like in artwork on the magnets, so you get to pick one if you want to do that. So going back to Magic Shot. So there's 3 with him, and he has the paintbrush, and then there's another one where he has a light bulb like over his head, and then there's one with it's just him, I think, but they're kind of like all over Epcot. There's so many different places I heard that they are, so I don't even know if I could list them all. It's just like see a photographer just say, "Give me all the Magic Shots."
Yes. Yeah, I love that they've brought Figment back and that they're using him in this way. I think it's a perfect fit.
It is, because this festival, I think a lot of people like it because it feels very like old school Epcot, and it's kind of like what Epcot is for, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So so I think Figment fits right into that.
For sure. Okay, I'm seeing that they have living statues.
Yes, they have 3, and so they're like behind Spaceship Earth, and you can get pictures with them. And if you've been to Disney Springs, they have like them down there too. But yeah, they have the 3 of them set up there.
That's super cool.
Oh, it is. There's like so much stuff to like. I don't even know what to even keep talking about. It's like they have it in the Odyssey Center. They have a whole exhibit of Mary Blair art and of Herb Ryman like concept art, and I think that's another like huge reason I want to go because I love both of them. And I mean, like, who doesn't love Mary Blair art? Like, if you do, don't tell me. Like, Small World is everything. But yeah, so they have a whole thing with that. They have some of the food. When I saw this, like, I sent it to everybody I knew. I was like, this is crazy. They have like a little chocolate easel thing, and it has like Mary Blair Small World art on it. Like, I can't even talk about it. It's just so cute. They had like other kinds of, ones with Mickey and Pluto. But I mean, that was just amazing. They have the food. Obviously, they have all kinds of food, but everything also looks kind of, I don't say fancy, but it's like art. So
yes.
When I first saw it, I said, is that going to be able to look like that every time? But every time somebody posts a picture, it looks just as artwork-ish.
Fancy.
So, yeah. And, they have like, they have a cookie that makes it look like it's an art palette where it has, like the different colors, and then it has like, it's like all, it's like so simple, but it's still like, okay, you need to get that because it looks like an art palette,
So cute.
And they had like this thing, it looks like a Pop-Tart, but it's not, and it's just some kind of art thing, and everybody says that's really good, the cookie. I don't know. It's like all kinds of foods. Obviously, they have all the booths from Food and Wine and Holiday and Flower and Garden. Like, they're all still up there. So they have that. But they have a lot of that good stuff. And they have, another thing that I know that they only do on the weekend is they have this wall mural. And it's like a paint by numbers thing. So you go and they give you a little thing of paint, and then they have different color numbers. And so you paint, like, I don't know, 5 of those numbers. And so and then it ends up being this whole Epcot looking mural.
Paint by numbers kind of mural.
Yeah, and it's really cool and apparently popular because I think they actually had to do it twice last weekend because it had finished. And I remember people saying, like, oh, when I go tomorrow, like, it's going to be, they're not going to do it. But then they started it over again. So
that's cool.
And they have, what else? We mentioned the Broadway concerts. So they have 2 Broadway singers, and that's also on just the Friday through Monday. And it changes, I think, every week or every 2 weeks. When I'm going, they were in Lion King. So they're singing like Lion King and Aida and also a couple other the Disney Broadway things. So I'm excited for that because I love that.
Yes, there's so much good stuff at this festival.
They also have different things that you could take part in, and I think a lot of them are free, like calligraphy, like in Japan, and like different workshops. And they have some that it's like $40 that you could do, but then other ones are completely free, like drawing, and like they don't have the drawing class in it Hollywood Studios anymore, but I think they have something like that here. I mean, there are just so many things that they have with artists and I don't even know what to say. There's so many.
See, I'm not the only one that zones out sometimes.
No, there was so many things like, just give me the ones from like for this weekend. So they had like floral arranging and watercolor and spice blending and truffle making, paint. I mean, like they have all these, and those are the ones that are $40. But then they had other things where they would teach you calligraphy and origami and just teaching you about the animated films and all those things. Some of those are free. They're complimentary. So just go, and there's so many. It's just really cool. Everybody that I've seen gives it good reviews, which, is rare. And like everybody loves something.
Yeah. I mean, really, it looks amazing. It really does. And I'm excited about it because I think the way people are talking about it and how excited people are, it makes me want to schedule a trip around that time, just that time, so that I can go to it for real. There's so much to do. And this is something that appeals to me a lot more than, say, something like food and wine, since I'm not a drinker, right?
Yeah. I mean, they still have the food and everything, but still this doesn't seem like, I think when it was first announced, a lot of people were like, okay, here's another excuse to like use the food booths. But I think the food is not even secondary. I think it's even further down the list of all the stuff that they have for you to do. And so the food, though, anything I've seen about the food is good. So you can snack on that in between the, doing the different art things. But I mean, there's the art, and then there's music, and there's just everything.
It looks like you can do some dining packages too, where you're like concert packages, where you.
Yeah, I know they also had a annual pass, like pre thing that you could get seats for it, but that sold out immediately. But yeah, they do have the dining like they would do for candlelight and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that looks really fun too. Where you can, I guess you get priority seating for certain concerts. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, usually the way they do it is it depends like when you eat. I mean, there's only 2 showings, I think, each night. So,
okay.
And I don't know.
Here it says that you're guaranteed seating for the 8 p.m. concert at the American Gardens Theater. And so you can eat, and there's different restaurants and different prices, anywhere from $53 to $70, depending on which restaurant you want to eat at. The least expensive is Garden Grill, and then Rose and Crown. And then, Beer Garden. Sorry, Beer Garden is $5.30 or $53. $5.30, $53, and then going up from there. And then the most expensive is $69, which is Askershush, and is that how you say it?
I just say
Akershush.
Princess.
The Princess Dining.
Yes.
in Norway, and then Coral Reef also as well. And then you get passes for the concert that night.
And there's 3 shows. It's 5:30, 6:45, and 8.
Okay.
So I mean, like you could like anything line up, and like I said, I'm not sure how like crowded they've been. So it can't be like, oh, you have to get there crazy early like you would for candlelight. And it's like anything too in that area. Like you don't have to be sitting to hear them. So if you just want to like listen, you could just be standing around. So. I don't know, but I mean, I'm really excited about that because I actually watched a live stream of the first one because I love both of the ones that they had the first 2 weekends. It was Ashley Brown, who was Mary Poppins on Broadway, and Tanya's favorite, Josh Strickland.
I love him.
Yeah. So and they usually they're at the expo a lot, and they have different kind of Broadway shows. So they're just fantastic.
Yeah, they're always together. They perform well together.
I think we're gonna have to include a link to this food because I pulled it up on Disney's website. Oh my goodness.
Right? Like everything looks good and everything looks like
art.
I don't really want to say like art. It's not really fancy. It's just like and that's why I was just
oh my gosh, the little paint palette cookie.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I just clicked the link.
Yes.
You were listening to me and you were like, yeah, I don't really and then you see, oh yeah, I need that.
Yes.
Really cute.
Like you don't even care about if you have to eat it. It's just like I need that and to take a picture of it.
Well, that's when you do like I did with the Yule log cake at the California Adventure over the holidays. I took some picture of somebody else's cake.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want it, but can I take a picture of yours?
Funny. Yeah, it's really, I mean, the presentation is incredible, really. And then you read the descriptions and man, I'm like, my mouth is totally watering.
Come with me then.
I know I need to. I know I need to. So this overlaps with the Princess Marathon? No?
Finishes the last weekend is what the last weekend is actually President's Weekend, so it's going to be crowded. But so it's I think it's the 20th, whatever that Monday is, 20th or 21st. So that's the last weekend, and then the next weekend is Princess. So I was supposed to come in like it ends on the 20th, and I was supposed to come in on the 22nd. And I was just like, I can't do this. So luckily I'm on Southwest and I can change it. So I'm coming in on that Saturday now. So I can catch that.
So in order to catch both of them, you'd have to have like a 9 to 10 day trip, right?
Yeah.
She's going 10 days.
I'm figuring for next year. Like how next year, if I want to do both, how long do I need to? Am I staying for?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like anything, they could expand it. I think it was specifically done in between the two race weekends, since those are always, they don't have to worry about crowds then.
Yes.
People are there. So, but it still could be if it's, from what I'm hearing, there's crowds are there all the time. So it's popular. So it's always possible that it could expand it. Who knows?
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of similar to the dates of Pirates and Princess.
Oh, I miss that.
I know. Me too.
So much.
Maybe they should combine that with this. That would be awesome. Yeah. That's my vote. Right there.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's some really exciting stuff. And we're probably going to have to do like a report when you come back so we can hear about how amazing and yummy it was.
Oh, definitely.
I love food.
I know. I usually gain 5 pounds every time I go to Disney.
Yeah.
How many times am I trying to get Tanya to go to Food and Wine? Like she would just like stand there and be like, ah.
So
One of
The
these days
next
I'll get her back.
time I go, it will be during Food and Wine, I'm sure. I'm trying to think of any other time during the year I'd really want to go, and I don't think there is. I think it's food. I think it's all food.
Although this
Because
one
Food
is
and Wine,
looking
if you go at the tail end, you can catch Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've expanded Food and Wine even longer, so like.
Yeah. That's what it would be then.
Very cool.
Like,
All right.
I mean, the Flower and Garden, they have food too, and that food's usually good.
What time of year is that, though?
It's
that
May,
is-
Mother's Day-ish.
No,
Yeah,
it's it starts actually usually beginning of March,
Really?
and so yeah, because the stuff when you go for Princess, most of the topiaries and everything will be up. So
Oh.
usually they wait until the last minute to put any new ones up. So that's why I normally miss them unless I come later on. But yeah, everything else is there. When you do the race, like when you do the 5K Princess, like most of them will be out.
But doesn't it go over
Yeah.
Mother's Day, clear till then?
Yeah, it usually goes March until like mid-May-ish. Like I said, all these festivals keep expanding.
Yes.
So
Because of popularity, so that's good.
yeah, I love Flower and Garden. Epcot never looks better. It's just so beautiful.
But it's hotter then.
If you go in March, April. I mean, like.
Those are good times to go, yeah.
I mean, weather in Florida is like you cannot. You can't pick. Like when I was there, like I said, I had days just now in January like that. I had my down coat on, and like 2 hoodies, and it was freezing, and then like the next day I was in shorts. So winter is especially weird. You don't know what's going on, but like anytime, it's just.
Which is the same way in California too. I felt that way this last trip. I was one day I'm freezing with all of my layers and my winter coat, and then the next day I was hot. Yeah. So, okay, I looked up the dates, and this year it's from March 1st through May 29th.
Oh, that did expand, yeah.
That's a good 3 months.
Yeah.
And they have, I forgot to mention too, from this thing, they actually have a Figment topiary. So, because they had originally announced it was going to be for the flower and garden, but they also have it for this. So, that's another reason Tanya should come.
I love me some Figment. I love Figment. Actually, it's been since 2011 that I went to Disney World, but I was seriously like money set aside to buy all the Figment merchandise, and there was like 3 things.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
I was so sad.
That's why you have to come back, because now
there's more stuff.
Now he's come back as
definitely gained back some popularity in the last couple of years.
For sure. Probably the last like 3. I really think it started right around that last D23 that we went to, when we were all there together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I met Figment.
Yes, when you met Figment. Yeah, that was, I really think that it was like right before then when Figment started taking off again.
Yeah.
Making a comeback. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Heather?
I don't think so.
Like, I want to go. I can't wait for people to be able to go.
You should come.
Yeah.
I'll just go, okay?
Yeah, I'll just go. We'll do that.
It's a hard time of year to go, though, because it's right after Christmas, and I think that's a hard time for me, at least.
It is hard. It's hard for a lot of people, because our money's all gone.
I spent it on all my imaginary children, a.k.a. myself. Merry Christmas to me.
Your puppies.
Yeah.
All right, let's remind our listeners where to find each of us. Tanya?
You can find me at EveryMagicMoment.com and Tanya H666 on all social media.
And Heather? Did we lose her? Heather?
At the very end?
For real. You can
find her at.
Yes, you can find Heather at heatherw.com. Oh, you're there?
Of course, finally that would happen when it's like... It happens a lot that I can't hear, but then it comes right back, and I'm thinking, oh, sure, it's finally the time when, like...
We're talking right to you. Okay, Heather.
Yeah.
Where can we find you, Heather?
Where can we find you?
I'm at heatherw.com/character, and on Facebook it's I Love Characters, and everywhere else on social media it's heatherw25.
Perfect. You can find me. I'm Steph Clay. You can find me at modernphotosolutions.com and also at capturingmagic.me. Social media is Modern Photo Solutions and capturingmagic_. We would love to have you follow us there and interact with us there as well. Thank you so much for listening and spending some of your day with us. We really appreciate it. And we will see you next time on Capturing Magic.